Well, welcome everybody. I'm so happy that you're here watching and sharing this time with us. I'm here today with my very dear friend Psychic Betsy, who I call Betsy. and She is someone who I've had some really, really, really impactful and positive, really deeply powerful, important experiences with her being able to use her psychic ability, intuition, her gut, her wisdom, her channels to tune into some things that are important for me about my life and lots of other people. But in terms of my own personal experience, just being able to spend time with her and shed some light on where I am in the grand scheme of things, past, present, future, and beyond, and tap into all of that in ways that actually are very practical, make a lot of sense, feel very spot on, and stuff that has actually stuck with me for years from sessions from before. And so to be able to share with you a collaboration between the two of us, and also her wisdom and ability to tune in, and that the way in which it translates into everybody's ability to tune in, there's an important bridge there. So I wanted to be able to bring that to everyone, because I think it's a pretty important thing for anyone who wants to be a more awake, alive, and activated in their lives and in the world.
Awesome.
Anything else you want to say about your work? I know that was sort of...
Well, it's always nice to hear how much my readings and my work has impacted people, and it's not often really that I get to hear that perspective. So thank you. That really touched my heart. Yeah, and in general with my work, I'm really, really passionate about helping people tune into intuition. And I do believe that every single one of us has it. We just need to learn how to. And I'm thrilled to be speaking with you today because you and I see a natural sort of, synchronicity, hand-holding with your work and my work. When we talk about a gut feeling, that is the intuition. And, a little bit of my background is, my personal background is I did grow up with a lot of health issues, and a lot of them had to do with food. I had a lot of allergies. I had a lot of asthma. And, a lot of times you'll grow out of those. You'll be late teens, early 20s, those kinds of things. It's kind of natural. I did not grow out of them. And they were very, very severe. I was highly medicated for a lot of my life. And when I had my, adult spiritual awakening after the dark night of the soul, I started getting into a more holistic approach of life. I was meditating, eating better. I was doing yoga. And within a year and a half of really turning my life around, I got off all of medications and my lung capacity increased by 15%. And my asthma and allergy doctor was like, "What happened?" And I told him, I was like, yoga and meditation and really being aware of my physical body. And he's like, "Oh, I'm not surprised." And I'm like, "Okay, well, why didn't you prescribe that to me?"
You don't know
So
how.
yeah, exactly. And I love that you said that you don't know how, right? And so that's why I'm so happy that you're launching this program, because you're about the how-to and I'm about the how-to. And bringing it into the practical of here's what you can do in the moment. You had mentioned, excuse me, you had mentioned food and mood in your program, and that's something that from my perspective, it's this cycle that can be hard to recognize, the cycle that's happening, right? So from my perspective, if you're emotional eating and you have something going on in the gut, whether it's candida or indigestion or IBS or whatever else is going on, or you just have excess in your gut, whatever's going on there, you are unable to digest what's going on in your life, and you're probably more sensitive to life than you realize. And if you're able to get practical tools on how to regulate food and mood, how to stop emotional eating, and you get the tools that you're going to get in your program, not only are you going to stop that cycle, you're going to be healthier, but when you heal the gut, you're actually giving yourself more access to your own innate intuition.
Tuition, right.
Exactly.
And it's funny you say that too, because a lot of times when I work with people, we have to get through all the practical stuff around what the to-dos and not to-dos and try this and try that. And then a lot of my clients later say, oh, now we can talk about this other stuff because we've gotten that kind of out of the way. Now we're moving on to a more an elevated plane of all this stuff because you're more able to access it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's just why I'm thrilled to that there are people like you in the world, and that you and I can work so well together. And I think it's really important for people to know that whatever it is that they're doing, the sort of the thing that I see it, especially with gut health, is that you're sort of shedding all of these layers. It's sort of like, not to get too sort of gruesome with it, but like with your digestive tract, right? You can get that buildup, right? And so it's like what your work is doing is energetically, psychologically, spiritually, really brushing off those beliefs, those patterns, the unconsciousness that keeps us into, well, I'm so busy at work, so at the end of the night I just grab a slice of pizza. I don't think about what I'm doing. I don't think about taking care of myself, that self-care piece that you're going to bring into the program.
Correct.
And so if you're able to give them the tools and help them slow down, that's going to open them up to live better lives. When you're more in tune with your intuition, your relationships improve, your job improves. You may find that the avenue that you're going down is not the avenue that you want, but you feel safe and secure with changing your direction because you understand the messages that your body is saying. And, when I teach intuitive development, what I always say is you're given one tool when you're born, and that's your physical body. And so, what happens is you get to read the signs of your body, which is different than everybody else's, but can be learned in a group setting. You can learn your own individual body signals through going through grip activities. I've done it plenty of times.
So have I.
Yeah, exactly. And then once you learn your own body's messages, then you're just like, okay, like I'm in the flow. I feel really good. So I'm just super excited that you're putting this program together. Yeah.
I love hearing you articulate it too, because it's such a great mirror of exactly what is part of what I'm bringing together, and something that's actually very meaningful to me. And that I've, like you, I've gone through enormous transformations through my whole life around serious health issues, major life-threatening kinds of big things and small things and pains and illnesses and all sorts of things. And in terms of working with people and their bodies for so many years too, just my deep connection to all of that and wanting to help as many people as I possibly am able to. And then therefore they can then turn and do better in their worlds as well. So.
Yeah. And, one of the things that I want to extend to the people in your program is I want to give a discount to anyone who wants a reading. We'll do a 20% off discount for readings. All you have to do is confirm that you're in your program. If you want to sign up for a reading during the program, just contact me, just ask me for the discount code and say, hey, I'm in Jessica Shepard's program, and we will set you up with a reading. Because if you're working on gut health, that means that you're in a prime place to be able to receive and integrate the information that I can provide to someone.
Yes.
So I will be happy to extend that to everyone in the program.
It's great.
So awesome.
Awesome.
It was awesome to speak with you today,
Same
Jessica.
to you.
Anyone who's considering it, there are some free tools on my website. Just go to psychicbetsy.com and check out specifically the Stop, Drop, and Roll tool. The Stop, Drop, and Roll tool will help you really feel into if Jessica's program is right for you or not. A lot of times we get into will it cover this? Will I have time? How is Jessica as a thing? It's just like, let your body decide. And that could be a really good first step to getting integrated into all of this stuff. So it's on the blog. Awesome. Just search for Stop, Drop, and Roll and you'll find it.
Great suggestion. Thanks so
Awesome.
much, Betsy.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right,
have a wonderful day and we'll speak
you
soon.
too.
Okay.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.